It's that time of year where everybody asks me for my legal predictions for 2025. So here goes, these are my top three. Number one is digitization, my favorite topic, right? So I think both the UAE and Saudi Arabia are seeing big moves in the digitization space. They are welcoming, especially the UAE is looking at all kinds of digital coin, etc., and a bigger digital landscape. So I think we're going to have to see a more robust legal framework around that. We're also going to have to see much more data protection compliance because the UAE and Saudi Arabia will be looking to have a more GDPR-like compliance legislation. My second one is IP. So with the region welcoming so many SMEs, with the growth of technology businesses and lots of businesses coming into the UAE because of the legal framework it offers, and Saudi with its vision going forward, you're going to have to see much more robust IP laws. And I don't mean really the IP laws needing to be amended as much, but as you know, the region has now signed up to the Madrid Protocol. So obviously there is also aspects in intellectual property enforcement that we would need to see improve and grow in the region to attract more and more of these big businesses and these businesses with tremendous amount of intellectual property coming into the region. And I guess my third one is more sustainability and environment, with the UAE hosting COP28, again with what's going on around us in our world. There will be more emphasis on environmental legislation, on sustainability and things like that. And then I guess from a more economic perspective, I think that we are seeing more and more the region become a regional hub. So basically a lot of businesses moving all of their Middle East and even many of them moving their Asian platforms here. I've recently spoken to so many clients who have a footprint in the US, publicly listed companies in the US, but they're actually basing themselves out of Dubai for obvious reasons, not just the weather, which is always nice, especially this time of the year. Inflation, we will need policies around food security. I know something that the UAE and Saudi Arabia feel strongly about. And also subsidies, as we now will have a tax regime come into full play, and we will have interplay between the free zones, the mainland, as well as all of these new businesses moving here. So we're going to have to see some subsidies and things come into play to again attract more and more big companies and more SMEs and more entrepreneurs into the region. And then I guess the other move from an economic perspective is I think some fiscal changes. We've seen some challenges in the banking industry in the region, and I think, again, in order to attract businesses to stay here, in order to attract businesses to invent and create their intellectual property here, the fiscal policies, with the taxation coming in, with the banking industry and the issues around it, we will see some of those things change as well. So there you go. Those are my ideas for 2025. Wishing you guys happy holidays and a very safe and prosperous 2025.